Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to talk about how the NSEC are effectively just delaying the inevitable, and I also want to give a few viewpoints as to why they filed for this delay. So stay tuned and let's make some money. But before I dive into the video, I just want to give a massive shout out to the 4,700 of you that have currently dinged that notification bell, because you guys are always the first to watch a new video as soon as it's released. So guys, be sure to drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell if you haven't already, so that you don't miss another video just like this one. And just a quick one before I dive in with the key information. If you haven't already, I'd really check the links down in the description below to pick yourself up some cool AMC related merch just like this. And I've got a bunch of other designs that are also available on my website. And now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So, on July 22nd, 2021, the National Securities Clearing Corporation, the NSEC, filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC or the Commission, proposed rule change SR NSCC 2021-010. If you don't remember, this rule change was to introduce securities financing transactions and the clearing firms for those transactions. This rule change is to effectively minimise the impact of a market crash or a fire sale as a result of defaulting banks, hedge funds and other institutions. The SEC had to approve or disprove this rule 45 days after publication, which would have been on September 26, 2021. But instead, the SEC has decided to kick the can further down the road by an additional 45 days and will now make their decision on November the 10th, 2021. Now, I do think that one possible reason for the delay is the fact that the NSCC have received so many comments on this proposed rule change. Not only have they received loads of comments from large institutions and hedge funds, because a lot of large institutions and hedge funds would have had comments on this rule change, maybe some doubts, maybe some queries or additional things they wanted to add to the discussion. And on top of that, you've also got the thousands and thousands of retail investors that most likely also left comments on this proposed rule change as well, that the NSCC has had to go through and respond to. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of discussion as to which specific securities can be used in an SFT, or what the specific values are, whether there's any caps or any minimums. There's going to be a lot of things to discuss with this specific rule change. This rule change isn't as easy as, right, here you go, we're increasing the minimum collateral from 10 grand to 250 grand. This rule change is very much like, you can do this, but you don't have to do this. We might make you do this, but we might not make you do this. Maybe there's certain rules for certain limits and certain values, or for certain different institutions or hedge funds or market makers. There's so many variables with this specific ruling. Because there's so many variables, maybe that's why the NSEC had to extend this delay. The longer this one is delayed, it's more likely that there will be a crash. Without the ability to loan out long positions, if the day comes for margin calls, there will be a fire sale direct to the market. Delaying this one is reckless beyond imagination. One Reddit user says, or they will not allow anything to happen until then. They're all in this together. If hedge funds start to fail, stocks crash, and that's bad for institutions that are long. They're all in this together, and no institution is on retail's side. Although it depends which institutions. For example, BlackRock and Vanguard could pick up a lot of very, very cheap blue chip stocks. But then again, if BlackRock and Vanguard wanted to cause a squeeze, they wouldn't be lending shares out at 1%. Although technically, Jersey Profit is absolutely right. This ruling has no bearing on the mother of all short squeezes. For example, it doesn't impact failed delivers, it doesn't impact dark pools, it doesn't impact margin requirements, and therefore it's almost not related to AMC at all. Because this is effectively the ruling that just prevents apes and anyone else from enjoying a fire sale on blue chips via a whole market crash. It just impacts the whole market and isn't specifically designated towards AMC. Although if the hedgies and the SEC believe that AMC is the only thing that will cause the market to crash, then obviously they just won't allow anything to happen until then. However, I personally think it's even more likely that it's going to be other external factors that cause the market crash, such as the ending of the eviction moratorium and the reduction of unemployment benefits. Although another viewpoint is this. Hey apes, on September 2nd, the NSCC published the NSCC 2021-010 rule delayment until November the 10th. NSCC 010 is designed to soften the market crash due to meme stocks, AMC and GameStop primarily. The DTCC does not want short hedge funds to liquidate all of their long hold positions, such as Citadel, who hold long 6,200 stocks, all at once, to crash the market in order to cover their short positions. Because, for example, if Citadel had to liquidate their 6,200 long positions, it would potentially cause a market crash, which would massively impact the stock market. This should tell you how massive these two meme stocks are and the numbers of synthetic shares created by these short hedge funds. I believe that AMC MOAS is coming either by 1. The NSEC rules, especially Rule 2021-005, and FOMO buying and the gamma squeeze, or 2. Via the market crash as mentioned. I guess we just have to wait and see what happens first, whether cycle theory takes AMC up and causes the AMC squeeze, which then causes the market crash, or whether other external factors cause the market crash, which causes AMC to squeeze. Nothing has changed except this provides short hedge funds more time to create additional synthetic shares and more time for retail investors to accumulate more AMC shares before the big market crash, if not via item number 1. It does take time to implement new rules, especially big impact rules such as NSCC 010. Short hedge funds have borrowed tens of millions more shares and dark pool trading is still showing 64% for the last few weeks. The longer the delay, the more synthetic shares are created. The deeper these short hedge funds are underwater, the higher the AMC peak price will be when the MOAS happens, as mentioned. The MOAS is inevitable. They can't stop it. They can only continue to kick the can down the road, playing with fire until it blows. Apes are not leaving. Obviously, these are only research and opinions. Do your own research before investing. Now, something else I wanted to cover today is the fact that AMC is about to do something it's never done before. Advertise on TV. AMC said it'd spend more than $25 million on a multimedia campaign featuring Academy Award winner Nicole Kidman. Traditionally, movie theatre owners have relied on studios to promote films and drive moviegoers to their local cinemas. CEO Adam Aron said AMC will no longer rely on what's always worked before, noting that the pandemic has pushed the industry into uncharted waters. The ads are going to break online and on social media on Wednesday, and versions for network TV will begin airing on Sunday. Armed with AMC's new funds, they've sought out new cinema leases, invested in fresh payment options like Bitcoin, and they're seeking to increase the variety of its content offerings to include sports and pre-taped concerts. Now, I think this is really incredible because it's something that's never been done before by any theatre chain. This is obviously a great way to advertise and to encourage people to come back to theatres and to cinemas. Maybe as a result of the pandemic, many people just got so used to watching Netflix or Amazon Prime movies that they kind of forgot about cinemas and forgot about theatres and kind of forgot they existed. This is going to give them a fresh reminder that actually, come on down to the cinema. You've got a big screen, you've got a better atmosphere, tons of snacks and foods, and you can meet people and make friends while you're there as well. I also think it's brilliant that Adam Aron is willing to be so flexible and try new things that they've never tried before in order to boost revenue and the company performance. Guys, be sure to let me know down in the comments below what you think about the delay to Rule NSEC 2021-010. Do you think it's been delayed because of all the discussion that needs to take place because there's so many variabilities to this rule? Or do you think they're just kicking the can further down the road? Also, be sure to check out those links down in the description below to pick yourself up some cool merch from my website. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of my others. Alternatively, subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.